Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Red-Rupee Cast. Red-Rupee here with you today, and we're actually not looking at Dawn of War 2. I've got something different for you today. We're looking at Sins of a Solar Empire Rebellion. A lot of people have been seeing me playing the beta on Steam and asking me what it's about and if it's any good, so I figured I'd do a little preview video for you guys. And so you could check it out, see what the game's about, see if it's something you're interested in. It's a large-scale space RTS game, as you can see here. This is just footage from the big, expensive cinematic trailer they released recently, and it's classified as, I guess, a 4X game, which is explore, expand, exploit, and exterminate. Kind of like an Empire game, like more along the lines of Total War or something like that. So we're going to go ahead and get a look at this stuff. By the way, if you're interested in playing the beta, if you pre-order the game, you get instant access. The game itself releases on June 12th, I believe, and so a little over a month away. So let's go ahead, hop in the game, and take a look at what we've got here. This is just the little start menu. We'll go ahead, and I just wanted to show you the opening game options. There's tons of different maps, big maps, small maps, medium maps. We're just going to go ahead and hop into a medium map. You can see there's lots of different victory options. You have diplomacy, research, everything you'd expect from like a more Empire-based RTS game. You have different game options. I'm setting everything to fast right now just so when I hop in I can show you everything nice and quick. There's a map designer, achievements, little avatar setup and stuff like that, some tutorials because there is a lot to learn in this game. So anyways, let's go ahead and hit the play button. We can see there's also, you can set your AI difficulty, you can set your AI personality, which is pretty cool. They have different strategies that the AI will use, set your teams, all that stuff. Of course, you got your races, and the big thing that Rebellion is boasting is that they have, they split each race into 2 factions now. They still have their original 3 races, the Visari, the Tech, and the Advent here. And only the Tech and Advent are available in the beta, so I can't show you the Visari, but we'll do some Tech stuff today. And of course, large Titans, so it shows you all the difference between the races right here and all that. I won't get too into this, since if you're not familiar with the game, it won't matter to you, and if you are, I'm sure you'll be checking it out yourself soon enough. So let's go ahead, pick Tech Rebel, and hop on into the game right now. So here we are in-game with our own capital starting planet, some structures and little frigates and things like that running around. So pretty nice looking game, all things considered. You get your first frigate factory, which builds your smaller ships, your frigates and cruisers, build a few of those. And then you have your large capital ship factory, and of course your first ship is free, get a free flagship there, so you always want to build that right away. And as we're zooming in and out, you can see that as you get further away from your planet, everything comes up as nice little icons, so it's easy to see even when you're looking way out at the larger picture. And when you zoom even further out, everything comes up as little icons on the planets. So they did a great job with being able to let you see everything that's going on once you explore more of your little universe. So this particular map has lots of different stars, so the planets are all based around stars, and you jump between the planets. You can see the ships jumping between planets there, so everything happens in real time, no turn-based like that. The battles are not super fast-paced or anything, though. They're more along the lines of like Shogun Total War or something like that, where it's more about knowing what your opponent has, bringing a bigger force, and really making sure that you can maneuver your stuff around a little better than the enemy, because it's a lot about positioning and what you bring to the fight more than a lot of little micro-intensive stuff. And there's our first capital ship. You can see how much bigger that is than these teeny little frigates. And the capital ships all come with cool abilities. These are the things you do want to micro. They have lots of cool stuff they can upgrade. You can purchase veterancy on those, which unlocks more of those abilities, sorry, and things like that. So looking over here, we can see this is your Empire tab, which is very cool. That'll look a lot bigger later, but you can collapse each planet in, and it shows all your ships, all your buildings, everything in a nice little neat package right here for your entire empire. So also, we've got, of course, tons of research. What would an Empire game be without lots of different research options? You've got military, defense, civilian, all kinds of stuff to research and upgrades here. Lots of fun learning all this stuff. It's not actually too complicated once you get the hang of it, but of course there's tutorials and stuff to help you with that. Then you have the underground tab, which is the black market if you have too much of one resource or another. Looking at the 3 resources, I may as well tell you what they are. You got credits, metal, and crystal. Credits and metal are used for just about everything. Crystal's like your tech resource. Power for Dawn of War 2 is equivalent, or say Vespane gas from StarCraft. And you can sell, you can buy crystal from the black market for this price, sell metal if you need some more cash, or whatever you have an abundance of. You can really balance your economy around that. So right now, first battle's happening over here. Capital ships started attacking some stuff over here. Capital ships will be able to take on a lot of the starting little basic creep guys that are hanging around. My scouts have been exploring lots of different planets while I've been talking here, so we can see all that happening right now. And basically, in the beginning of the game, you're going to be wanting to run around, build your empire up a little bit, scout around, and see what your opponent has. So let's go ahead and hop further into the game so I can give you a better idea of how it looks late game, because that's a lot more exciting, show you some big space battles. So here we are much later in the same game. You can see it's the same system, but I've gone ahead and colonized and built up a lot more. I've gone ahead and researched all kinds of different tech trees. I have alliances and diplomacy missions with different factions and things like that. And when you zoom out here, you can see I've gone ahead and explored most of the map. So that's very cool. Despite being way out in this part of the map, you can see you can just highlight anything you want, and it shows you a rundown over there on the bottom right. Anything you highlight, whether it's a ship or over here, you can see all of your different income resources. I just want to stress that it's a nice, easy system despite being a very large, spread out game. I know a lot of people are intimidated by a large-scale RTS like this not being turn-based, but you can see, oh, I've discovered the planetary organic AI over there, which is an artifact. You can spend money exploring your planets to find cool things like that. You don't need to go in and try to zoom way in and find a construction vehicle or a construction yard. You can just do everything, click, build some frigates, whatever. Look on your sidebar. Oh man, red and purple over here. Better zoom in on that and see what's going on. Oh, and we've got a big old space battle over here. And these are the mid-game space battles you expect to see. You can see all the strike crafts zooming around, frigates up front, capital ships in the back firing upon each other, rockets being fired by cruisers at the big starbase over there, bouncing off shields. And starbases are big defensive structures that you see, and that's the big guy over here in this area that you can use to kind of place defensively, and they can hold off kind of smaller or mid-range fleets. They're a big part of the mid-game. You can see that if you zoom out, the purple players using that starbase forward position to kind of protect all 3 of these rear planets, because that's the only space lane in there. So also, I'd like to point out these purple and red lines. These are kind of cultural influence lines right now. That's a big part of the later game too, as you expand further from your capital. You see how far away this planet is from the capital. And if you look, that first yellow number over there in the corner, 35% allegiance, it is not very loyal to our cause. So you need to make sure you have a culture building there to keep those purple lines away. Otherwise, he might just go ahead and that planet could completely defect. Anyways, that's pretty much a good idea of what's going on in the mid-game. There's just a lot more of everything. And it's fun, kind of big empire game. I told you guys I was going to give you a big space battle, so let's launch all this stuff over here into there. And what I wanted to look at is this big old Titan. And these are the biggest, newest ships. This guy's just a long railgun, essentially. That's why he's designed like that. You can see he's probably about 5 or 6 times bigger than anything else in the fleet, and he has all kinds of cool abilities. Very customizable ship. You can just upgrade all this different stuff, give him some strike craft squadrons, and here we go, pulling on in, and we can see him getting ready to pull in and fire on some enemy craft there. And you can see this is just frigates and capital ships, and there's the Titan way back there, big monstrous thing. And so here you go. Anyways, if you guys are interested in sci-fi or space, RTS, or Empire games, or anything along those lines, definitely check this game out. I love it a lot. A lot of people say it's underrated. I tend to agree. Not many people know about it, so I wanted to make a video to let you guys in on the fun. And we're just going to put this in cinematic mode here and just enjoy the fireworks. So if you're thinking about getting this, you can pre-order now and get access to the beta if you want to put in some feedback or list some bugs. If you're into that kind of beta testing, go for it. If not, just play the game and enjoy. If you do intend to play this with friends, keep in mind it does take a long time to play as it is a large-scale game. Probably just go ahead and set aside an afternoon. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, feel free to subscribe or leave me some comments and let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this kind of video, I can certainly do more of them. We were just looking at Sins of a Solar Empire Rebellion. This is Red-Rupee. I'll catch you guys next time.